Welcome to our channel by Gulab Sir or Wisdom Coaching Center. As a part of series of lectures, today's topic is female reproductive system. In female reproductive system, it composed of pair of ovaries, oviduct, uterus, cervix, vagina and external genitalia, along with integrated with a structurally and functionally integrated with mammary glands. So let us learn that structure of the female reproductive system. It consists of pair of ovaries. These pair of ovaries, they are placed into the abdomen. These are placed into the abdomen. These ovaries are 3 to 4 centimeter in length. 3 to 4 centimeter in length. They are connected with abdomen through ligament, and they are associated with this oviduct. Oviduct has these finger-like projections and continue towards the uterus. So here this pouch-like structure uterus which open through cervix into vagina. So this entire structure of female reproductive system consists of this pair of ovaries, oviduct, uterus, cervix, vagina which open outside through vulva. So here these are the parts of the female reproductive system having this ovary with two regions within, cortex and stroma, that will be studied in anatomy. This oviduct consists of finger-like projection called fimbriae. This structure behind fimbriae is infundibulum. These two structures help to collect the ovum into oviduct. So here this is ampulla region of the oviduct, and here this is isthmus. Internally, this oviduct is lined by columnar epithelial cell. Internally, this is lined by columnar epithelial cells. So here these are the epithelial cells, ciliated epithelial cells. These ciliated epithelial cells, they help to have movement of ovum from both the sides. So when ovum come to the oviduct, where after fertilization it from the zygote in isthmus, and from isthmus is dislocated by this ciliated epithelium. Continue into the uterus having 3 layers. These 3 layers are, to understand, so I use these 3 different color. This one, this is perimetrium. So this is another layer, myometrium, and this is enfolded glandular structure called endometrium. This is continue even from cervix to vagina. And these 3, this is continue as a perimetrium even into vagina, and these myometrium which is highly muscular. So to label perimetrium, this is membranous. Another, this is myometrium. This is made up of smooth muscle. And innermost layer, this is folded. This is highly glandular. This is endometrium. It is glandular, has mucus gland to secrete mucus. So here, this area from where it open into vagina is called cervix. This long muscular structure, tubular structure, it is a copulatory organ to receive the sperm called vagina. It open outside, and this structure is called vulva. Pair of ovaries, oviduct, uterus, cervix, vagina, and opening vulva. Externally, it is covered. This external genitalia consists of pair of this labia majora. Internally, this is covered, that vagina opening is covered by labia minora. So this part is labia majora. This inner folds called labia minora. Labia majora that cover the entire external genitalia of the female. Inner to the labia majora, these two folds are called labia minora. Here, inside this labia minora, where vaginal opening is covered, it is covered by hymen. This is given in book clearly. And here this tissue is called mons pubis, where hairs are present. This is mons pubis. This is mons pubis. This is a fatty cushion. This is a fatty cushion. And entire structure is called external genitalia. Here with labia minora, there is a structure of erectile tissue called clitoris. It is homologous to male glans penis. This is clearly mentioned in textbook, so you can go through, and here on NEET the diagrams are available. See here, this is a view from side that showing ovaries, uterus, cervix, vagina, and this opening vaginal orifice, that is the vaginal opening. And as I told you, pubis symphysis, that is covered by fatty tissue, and labia majora and labia minora. Here it is shown pair of ovaries. They are placed into the abdomen on either side of vertebral column and joined with abdomen through ligament. So ligament can be shown here by this. See, these are the ligaments that hold this ovary with abdomen. So ligaments that hold ovaries with abdomen, as well as uterus also, pouch-like structure, it is hold with abdomen. So here you got it, that how ovaries and uterus is hold by. So this is a long tubular structure called fallopian tube, which begins with finger-like projection called fimbriae, then infundibulum, then ampulla, and then isthmus, which is I have shown in diagram drawn by me here. So fertilization occur when sperm receives, it reaches to the isthmus. So ampullary isthmic junction, where the fertilization probably occur, and zygote then through ciliated epithelium move to the uterus, where inside the uterus that implantation is occur. So what is uterus? Is a pouch-like structure made up of 3 layers. Outer perimetrium is a membranous, middle myometrium made up of smooth muscle, and innermost is endometrial. It is highly glandular, mucus gland that secrete mucus to maintain the weight condition, and these 3 layers are continue even in vagina. So here this is a gate which open to the uterus through vagina. So cervix, that cervix get blocked when pregnancy occur, that is through mucosal clot, will be discussed after this video, in next video. So here this is a long muscular tubular structure, is a organ to receive the sperm during, also called as copulatory organ, open outside through vaginal orifice, also called vulva. It is partially covered by a thin membranous structure called hymen, which may break open by jolt or by cycling or by having jumping or any other reason. Therefore it can be break open. So it is not a real sign of virginity. Therefore it should not be misunderstood that hymen is not there means virginity is lost. Therefore it is written specially in textbook that hymen is or hymen can be get break open during menstruation cycle or any other mechanical injury or stroke. Here, this vaginal opening is partially covered by hymen and total that covered by labia minora, and labia minora is covered by labia majora. At the end of the labia minora, at the upper side, there is erectile tissue called clitoris is homologous to the glans penis, and moreover, this entire female genital external genital organs are covered by posteriorly fatty cushion, which is known as mons pubis. I hope you did understand this diagram. Along with this diagram available on net, female reproductive organ also consists of that mammary gland, active mammary gland. They are integrated, structurally and functionally integrated with rest of the system to maintain, to have the fertilization, to have the implantation, delivery, and then feeding of fetus through milk. So hormonal control, that is called integration of structure and function, is through hormone. When the baby takes birth, immediately prolactin hormone stimulate mammary gland to begin the production of milk. Therefore, prolactin is known as milk production hormone. And estrogen along with oxytocin, that oxytocin is the milk ejection hormone since it helps to eject the milk to feed the baby. So these are the mammary gland. They become very active after birth. So see the structure of mammary gland. That mammary gland, they are located outside the thorax, outside the ribs, in thorax region. There it is shown that these pouch-like structure, these are alveoli, and here you can see these are the fatty structure, that fats are deposited, and mammary lobes are made up of this mammary alveolus. Alveolar cell, they produce milk, but when the baby, when there is a parturition, by the time immediately that milk production begins, it is stimulated by prolactin gland. These mammary alveoli are continuing to mammary duct open into ampulla into latissiferous ducts, and latissiferous duct into nipple. So this areola is structure, that areola is present all along the side of the nipple. Externally it is brown color structure than that of the skin color. So here what you have to remember, that pathway of milk production and transfer through that sequence of this. So mammary lobe, mammary alveoli, mammary duct, ampulla, latissiferous duct, and nipple. So this structure you have to remember that as the pathway of milk. So I hope you got it. Who produce the milk? Alveolar cells. Where the milk remains stored? In alveolar lobes as well as mammary ducts. And by the time when breastfeeding is there, this nipple get break open with the action of, as I told you, oxytocin is known as milk ejection hormone. So oxytocin enable that nipple to get break open to feed the baby. So this is the structure of mammary lobe. Here it is very clear to you that female reproductive system. You go through, have practice of this diagram. Question can be asked, explain female reproductive system, so that you have to have practice of this diagram. Question to be asked in NEET, that ovaries are held by either muscles, smooth muscle, striated muscle, ligament, or tendon. So they are held by ligament. With the length of the each ovary is 3 to 4 centimeter. Where they are placed? In abdomen on either side of the vertebral column. What is cervix? Cervix is the opening of uterus to vagina. Naturally, homologous organ to the clitoris in male is glans penis. That question also can be asked. Also can be asked, mons pubis is nothing but it's a fatty cushion just on the posterior part, anterior part, or upper part of the external genitalia, which has fat deposition and hairs on it, pubic hairs, they call as pubic hair. So that layers which cover uterus, perimetrium, myometrium, and endometrium. Perimetrium is membranous, endometrium is smooth, made up of smooth muscle, myometrium is made up of smooth muscle, and endometrium is highly glandular that secrete the mucus. Where do the implantation of the zygote take place? Inside the uterus. And finally, that you have to have practice of this diagram, so as even if question can be asked on related to labeling ABCD, so that you will be in position to answer the question if MCQ asks based on diagram by giving ABCD label to the parts of the female reproductive tract. I hope you did understand what exactly the female reproductive system is. Even if you are in doubt, you can ask in comment section, as well as I appeal you to like and subscribe it and press bell icon so as to receive new videos as and when they are uploaded. Thank you.